Hi, I'm Heimbach. No, I'm just kidding because I'm very happy that I found my microphone, and this is an homage to Heimbach. No, because the video will be about musical technique, and he's a good protagonist of the gear word. But here we speak about software. The companies, the music companies, they have very wrong priorities. The the principal music companies, or if you want to fight the principal music companies, the main music companies for the softwares I use. VSL, East West, Next MIDI, Native Instruments. I want to do a very short video to not take out of your time and just point things that you know already and come to a conclusion. So, example, East West, here we are. They have the Hollywood orchestrator. The Hollywood orchestrator is top level software. Okay. However, it has flaws. Everything has flaws. The thing is that instead of correcting very important flaws still, they focus on a new product. I understand that from the marketing perspective, they have the reasons and then their arguments. However, I just want to give you the artistical perspective of a composer on the day-to-day routine of creation. So they they did this new Hollywood strings, and it's great. It was also missing this kind of sound, but why I still can add piccolo and flute together in the woodwinds. This is just, you can justify this at this moment of software development. This is an award winning software. And again, I appreciate. But this mistake is very important. Sometimes you are the better, but you are the better in a very bad competition. Do you understand? So it doesn't mean that you already meeting the requirements to do the thing well. Okay. So this lack of high standards from the point of view of the classical practice of musical composition disturbs me. Okay. And there are many cultural reasons for this. This is just one example. Okay. It's still a software that you can use for many things, of course, But the only discriminated guy here is the John Williams guy who will try to do something correct, but he can't. Okay? If you can do this and I am wrong, please leave a comment, because I want piccolo and flute and oboe. So simple. Very common combination. Principally for John Williams, even. Okay, this was East West, just one example. VSL, awesome company. They did the Vienna Ensemble Pro, that is next to Logic Pro. I think it is one of the great softwares. I don't depend so much, but I recognize that is a great idea. It's a great solution. It's a great work. However, there are still many things missing. Let me give you an example. Exactly. The only way to connect all instances at once is when I open the Vienna Ensemble first, and in this case, Logic Pro in second. If the project has everything saved as connected, the whole workflow is based in this concept of connecting instance. Now I ask myself, why is there not a way? Why there isn't a way of selecting all instance? I hold shift and I want to select everything and connect everything. Why the fuck it doesn't work? So here are the instance. Sorry, I forgot that you can see. Let's see if everything. So there is no way I can select everything, but here I can. Why? So I can't select everything, and for example, I forgot the name of this because this is already another stress, and I discovered this is the best setting. So it's not vinculated. How is called? Decouple, exactly. So I can't koppeln. Ich kann das gar nicht koppeln, Mann. So, and the other one, the protected. I can set everything else protected. By the way, the terminology is unfortunate in my opinion. I think they can make this better. So why? So if I have so many instances, this is the case that I have to connect each one by one. And the only way to avoid this is by starting again the Logic Pro and starting again Vienna Ensemble Pro. Then I start Vienna Ensemble Pro first, then Logic later. Then it goes automatically the connection of the connected instance. If I disconnect here one by one, if I disconnect all my instance, I can't find a way to connect everything. But there is a way of disconnect all instance. And this is not useful. It's not so useful as than connecting everything, because what you want to connect for, you can play. You want to connect and play. You understand? Connect and play. And it is still a beautiful piece of software. I have a very good feeling when this is open. Sometimes I try to use even without having reason to use it. Because it is a cool software. It looks good. It looks whoa, like I feel like in the hospital and managing the patients here or something like this. So this is just one example. And what do? They focus on dual strings, Brazilian percussion, the. I understand for the marketing, you do this. And to keep things going, it's like me. I have to upload more to YouTube than keep things going. But my point in this video is that we ask ourselves, what are we doing for the more engaged people? Because this piece of software is way more important for the workflow and for the production of better compositions than new samples. Unless you think that better compositions are compositions with different and new sample. But this is not true. It's to ask with samples that are 10 years old are still up to date. So there is not a moment where the sample is spoiled. Do you understand? So if I like this synthesizer sound here, or little symphony, if I like this sound, it doesn't matter how outdated it is. Okay, I just like it. Nice. You can also sing Dream Theater, Another Day. Okay, I never studied this. I don't know, just ear memory. So, so this is the thing. the new sample is interesting, but such things, they are the priority, in my opinion. And I think also in the opinion for of many other composers. And by the way, this is I am analyzing now, and there are other things to observe here. But Vienna Symphonic Library is still very good. They don't stop to do updates. I would just ask myself why the updates for the Vienna Ensemble Pro, I think they are not so present anymore. I will open the Vienna Assistant and see if I am speaking some lie. Um, okay, you got the idea. Something that is a priority means this on which everything depends on. Okay, if I have a new sample of Vienna, whatever, so new strings, I will need this software to play the strings. So it makes sense that this software is always the priority. My killer example here is regarding the instance, and I have notes for other things, because here the flaws, they are a little bit, they're more complicated to show. But I think this is more than enough. No, you can't select all instance at once. How can you not notice this in 10 years of history? And you can connect all the instances at once. Now, this is the I think the best example, the most to bring into court. So I ask kindly the guys of Vienna Symphonic Library to consider this request, and otherwise I will use of my Austrian visa and visit them again. So insert input. So here I won't speak nothing about this software anymore. So now, native instruments, this is very known. So the new contact has many things that are interesting, but the flaws of contact 6 are not repaired. So the evil dragon, you know him, they give very good explanations because of the structure of the software, something like this. So they would have to rebuild everything again. I don't know, man. The batch receive thing with contact is so annoying. And even if this is now something hard to change in contact 6 or contact 7, how did you not think about this very common process? Okay, this is what I ask myself. And the priority was always other things that have to do with marketing for new people and many times for amateurs. So to duplicate in Kontakt, if you want to to duplicate, let me show you here. If you want to duplicate the instrument, you just can do this. There is no universal use for the duplicate shortcut. And if I hold Option, it won't duplicate as well. If I want to reset only this instrument, I have to do like this to go back and forward. If I want to load recent, okay, it has why is the metronome not there anymore? I like the metronome. Why did they take this away? This is Kontakt 7. Okay. No, this is not Kontakt 7. Okay. So my criticism about Kontakt is a little bit harsher towards some crashes. Okay. More than this, I will just share the common, the maybe the opinion of the majority, that they focused too much on the newcomers and disregarded some old flaws. And regarding the sample itself, the here people mention things, but I can't remember something, and maybe more yeah, some things I don't like, etc. But it's not an argument. Okay. So the problem with Kontakt, if I understood well this point of view of the Evil Dragon, is that the system and the logic behind is very old. So you can't criticize Kontakt 6 based on what you can do with Opus software. And I understand this. So they, software developers, they used other softwares to develop this software, or other another coding system, something like this. I don't know. Okay, for native instruments, my criticism is a little more subjective, but also still very emotional, negative. So the bugs, the crashes, the moments of unreliability, they were fantastic. So now Divisimate next MIDI. Come on here. So awesome concept, game changer, like Vienna Ensemble Pro. Kudos. Now they have many problems here that make the goal make so that we don't reach the goal. We want flexibility in the orchestration, but this software is based in the concept of presets. So you create your preset, you save as something as, and then you have your preset here, the S preset. Okay, and then you press here, it opens this, and then you can have another one here, and it will opens the other preset. And you have here on iPad the version, so that you press with the finger exactly here, and as you see in the screen, and you select your presets. Okay, this is good. However, orchestration is way more complex than presets. What we want is sometimes this, and then sometimes this, and then the next bar this, and then a crescendo to this with this and this. Okay, so I will give you the example again. So, do you understand? You want this combination, the next bar, this combination, and then this, and then later a lot of this. Okay, so you want flexibility. And still, until today, they didn't activate the remote app in such a way that I can, with my finger, set up these connections. Okay, and second, to set up these connections in real time, for I allow automation of the orchestration. I know it looks complex and probably 1 year of work. However, I find this the priority. What did they did? They created an app, the Divisi MIDI Micro, that is a plugin that you open in Logic Pro or in your DAW. This looks very good. This is also somehow a priority, that we have things inside of the DAW, not a duplication. This is good. This is very good. Congratulations. However, this Divisi Mate Micro is not a copy of this app in the Logic Pro. It's like a breadcrumb with some interesting potential for combinations and other types of workflow that are not exactly what you do when you start with this app, because you have to do use different plugins, and each one has only 6 channels or something like this, like limited. You don't have 14 like this, and you have to combine them, and this costs 20 euros, 29 or something like this, and this one is 100 something. Now, this is another situation where I think that the priorities, they're not well considered. To not mention other more nerdy things that we could consider here, but this is okay. So you can always develop more the software, and some things, some bugs or problems they corrected. This is good. Like when I start, it is already connected here. This is okay, and this is normal, and it's the development of the app, so you need more updates. The question here is, how well are the companies identify the priorities? And here I am suggesting and give you some examples of what are priorities from the compositional, the very compositional point of view, not something that will make a sensation or give a very nice, cool, good looking impression. My impression is that they are focusing too much in the sensation, on being good looking, etc., attract new customers. And the pros that, by the way, supported the success of these companies, I think they are not being taken into account, at least in this example with this company. So I can't speak about, for example, waves. I can't speak. I think the plugins are awesome. So I don't know. Maybe if I were an audio engineer, I could perceive something similar, like some obvious plugin that was still not done till today, something like this. But better say nothing there. So this is the conclusion. Um, Now, what can we do? We can be aware of this, and we can express ourselves to the companies. Okay, this is what we can do. All the things I will not here do, like a talk via a politician, or I don't want to create drama, so YouTuber drama. We need to talk this, guys. It's time to talk about this. It's time to talk about East West. So, what we want is a cooperation, because without these companies, we are also nothing, principally as film composers, things like this. So, we need a cooperation. In what I can do and we can do as a composers is to express the perspective uh, of a composer. And the last one that I forgot, Logic Pro. Logic Pro didn't added many features that are requested since the eternity in the last big update. So it's another example, but I will close the video here. You got already the idea. So think about it and express your let's say your dignity as a composer, feeling in the like deserving a tool that meets your professional requirements. Don't be don't be shy about this. And the company, they have to learn to hear the professionals to identify the priorities from the ethical artistical point of view. From the marketing point of view, I understand you can always do the next unison chord pack and say to everyone that is enough to do hip hop and beat making. You don't need to do orchestral music. Why this work? Okay. But we are human beings that we go beyond the financial and market categories. So this is my statement. So consider it and think about it. Ciao, ciao.